Okay, everybody, let's get it. Happy Thursday. Uh, Pretty eventful few days, I would say. And I think we have to talk about, obviously, Luna and the whole crypto space because this is dramatic action, kind of what you see at mass bear market crashes. This is, here you go for the 2022 poster child. Hope everyone's doing well. Clement, Southern Affiliate, Angel, Anthony, Victoria, Captain, Mr. Lodak, Jose, Jordan. How is everyone doing? Again, happy Monday, May 12th. We're here every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Guess what? It's not Monday. It feels like Monday. I'm joking. We wish we could start this week over. It's Thursday. That with everything feels like a Monday. I think anyone involved, anyone that got hit with Luna, give me a shout out. Let me know. I want to show you what I was talking about yesterday with Luna and some of the things that we did discuss. I know specifically a few sessions ago we talked about the hop at 34. So I really feel like as this thing was breaking down, the structures were pointing us to some extreme targets. And that's something I want to emphasize for harmonic pattern framework. Did anyone really think it was getting to 34? When this thing was at 70, some people said they knew because they knew where there was things happening, but I certainly don't know enough about crypto projects specifically. I thought Dogecoin was an S coin last week. Okay, I didn't even know he was the founder, quite frankly. I knew Luna was one of the strongest markets since the Gartley. But what are the takeaways of this whole collapse? Because we had a clear type 1 that, okay, first takeaway, any type 1 reaction, daily, weekly, 1 minute, 5 second, when you see a trendline violation, you're done. Harmonic pattern over. Why? Because isn't that type 2 return a real bugger? Isn't that the whole phenomenon that if a clear pattern has not been retested, it kind of begs to have a secondary test? If you break trend lines and you do stuff like that, those were some of the issues. I had issues of all of them because they weren't breaking out above their all-time highs. And the retest of the 886 at 50, I had that on Twitter just a few days ago. I'll get to this tweet in a second. This is about NASDAQ going on right now as we speak. But I think we have to cover crypto first. NASDAQ just hit the hop level, by the way, folks. We'll get to that in a minute. But everything that we saw in Luna maybe got us to 34. It didn't get me to a penny. And that is the bonus. That's the situation where if we can identify a breakdown, we know we have a prior pattern, and you're going to have to retest minimums. You're at 80 and you have to go to 50. What does that tell you? Or if we see a massive terminal bar on the retest, which is what we got, and we wait till terminal bar completes. It's not even a pattern until terminal bar completes. It blows it out and goes to 32 hop level immediately. No confirmation, and then just last 48 hours, goodbye. 99.9999999% drawdown. This is this is no longer acceleration, this liquidation, this is evaporation. This is my fear with top 100 crypto projects, and I'm sure there's a lot out there, but let's quick go to Bitcoin because they're trying to rally it. It almost hit our hop level at 22, but we do have a couple things to consider. Let me find a better feed. The other thing, hold up, I need to bring up Bitcoin on the other chart for eSignal. But the big number, the hop number for Bitcoin is essentially 22,600. We almost hit there. I'm going to bring up the eSignal Bitcoin futures because I think that's we need to look at the futures chart as kind of our primary data feed, if you will, for a collective price. Really quick, there's a risk disclaimer, everyone. This is not financial advice. This is education. I hope you find, or entertainment. I hope you find educational. So again, especially in these markets, and I've been really adamant about the relative position of crypto, NASDAQ, other markets currently, and now we're seeing it. Of course, all contained within kind of the blow up of the day, Luna, but what's next? I'm happy to see at least Bitcoin almost get down to that hop level. It did retest the larger zone that we've been mentioning for since last year. And I said at least a week or 2 weeks ago that 37,000 on Bitcoin was truly the make break continuation. And now and we failed that, and that was my gripe last week was that 37 was taken out, 36. But here's Bitcoin on the daily. Let's just isolate the bullish crab pattern that we've talked about forever. And we do have another crab that's getting generated at 25.5. Here is your hop level, that 22,542. Okay, that's definitely the low end of that pattern. Remember the looping type 2, go up, come all the way back down. Hold on, let me bring this. Better way to do this. So if you're looking for levels, because I don't think this is going to be, if there's going to be a larger catastrophe that happens to Bitcoin, okay, it's going to bounce somewhere. I've been reaching for that next set of level. I have alluded to this 22.5 number for a while. That would be a great capitulation move. You want to hit that hop level, trigger some bullish indicator, and then start an inflection up. If you're really looking for that kind of move, it would have to happen dramatically now, probably in the next 3 to 5 days. I think it's, we're at a point where the futures price matters. Sure, a couple comments in the chat. Again, shout out to the chat. What's going on, everybody? Scotty, Claire, Crypto Hoarder, Frashogar. Funny. I think I don't want to get dismissive, but boy, Luna is like Lehman Brothers. Luna is the Lehman Brothers of this crypto crash, and Lehman was once that went in the financial crisis. Okay, what's the next one that's going to drop? And it might happen in 2 or 3 weeks, but you're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. And if I turn off everything and I'm only looking at Bitcoin, I want in this level. I really want a 20,000 test. I want a 22,542 hop hit, and it be really quick, and then that's it. That would have to be it. At least you have a little 1618 crab pattern. It's blue because it hasn't confirmed yet. That might go green tonight. That's new. That is new. Essentially what you're looking at is this whole section from March till now, trying to do like a 1618 off of that move. It also works because, take a look, your B point here is a 618. I really, it's interesting how these crabs can develop at a 618 versus a Gartley. A lot of people will say, well, if you have two W formations or M formations that have a B point at a 618, why wouldn't it be a Gartley? Well, the crab is a different creature because it might set up at a 618, but your C point's usually pretty low. That 382 will, it'll be reactive too, where you hit the 618, bounce, and then absolutely tank down. And that's more of the character of a crab. That's why this is a crab. Some people might say, well, why wouldn't you just look at the 786 if it's at that point? If it's still kind of an M formation. Look, let's bring it together like this. The reason why, if you're at the X point with a 618, you don't have an ABCD that lines up. You need a minimum ABCD in every harmonic pattern to really have 3 numbers together in a zone, a tight convergence, and then look for confirmation. But this 382 rejection and then a nasty down leg to the 1618, well, that's 25,540 for Bitcoin on this little 30-day, 60-day formation. We still can look at the prior low from January. that does matter. But the reason why the software is not generating off of this low is because this is a tighter alignment, and the real harmonic is here, is in this level, like at 25. But what do we know? Type 1, type 2, this will still have to go through and might do something like go up, come back down, and then you get it. I mean, that would be a nice way to try to finish this nasty down move that started ever since November. You almost got to hope for it. Because then if it gets liquidated, even under these immediate levels, 19.4, let's say you have a clear flush of 20,000 as like a big psychological level too. They kind of, it doesn't, you start to break out of the framework. You start to break out of the immediate daily patterns and even the immediate levels. This is the hop level off of last year's deep crab, which we have been thinking would eventually get hit, 22,542. Again, has a lot to do with what's happening. I don't, the things with Luna and other coins show you that I don't know how strong are the hands. Will it recover? Of course, many of them won't come back from this. Will Bitcoin? Yeah, maybe. But what's the worst case scenario for Bitcoin? Bitcoin. There you go. I'm going back to the trading view version here. Let me change the layout. But Bitcoin's clearly under that 30,000, under those prior lows from last year. So technically, people not even doing harmonic patterns are going to see that and just say structurally this is broken down. There you go. Software, in much the same way as the futures, is spitting out the same crab pattern. Okay, so this is the trading view version. Again, remember, slight differences in the data feeds might give you variation. For example, we're looking at Coinbase for trading view now, but it's all kind of highlighting, looking at this 1618, somewhere around 25,000 as some short-term target. The hop level we have the same pattern as well of the hop from the prior bullish pattern a year ago. All right, but that's a little bit higher. That's 23,630. And that, those differences matter. This is the bat pattern. Oh wait, where's the crab? Let me check the other feed. That's Polonex. I know it's on a Binance too. Again, you have the same patterns getting generated. This for Polonex feed, again, it's the hop level is around 19,930, which suggests careful. Bitcoin's probably not done. And with other things blowing up, I mean, a lot of things have blown up. Ethereum, let's jump over there quickly because it almost got to the 1800 target. Oh, we did actually on some of these. Ethereum right off the top, here we go, was here it was. Coinbase feed. So we talked about, I know last session the hop level at 1804, which we just hit. This is as ideal type 1, type 2 character. But we had that butterfly at the top that started all of this. Pretty dramatic. If we are going to get a bounce, it's got to be off of the hop level with this current trigger. At a minimum, I want to see at least one daily candle go bullish. Maybe we'll go to the 4 hour in a second as well, but there's your type 1. and we came all the way back down. We did hit the hop. What was the low on this feed? 1716. Let me check Binance. There's Bybit. Where's Binance? Here's Binance feed. Yeah, that's a little bit different. That did not have the crab pattern. Look at our session from Tuesday, Monday, last week. Again, I think the 1800 level is still your final stop. Thank God you've got a daily HSI check back right now. That trigger is about 20,020, but you're still under it, and you have yet to even give one. You need a bullish candle now. You need to see individual price behavior do something here, or the flush continues. That's the concern. Go to the weekly chart, and you start to see what the larger possibilities are going to happen, can happen. If you don't hold here, if you're not going to, you got static lows again around 1700 that go back a year ago. But that would be it. And a lot of people are already arguing this has gone too far. Are we going to get something like this, all-time retest? Because that's about the only connect the dot scenario we can consider. Something like this. Remember, B point at a 56%, and then we get a big ABCD down. 886 is about 680. The fact that you can draw an ABCD there, you would also get a 1618, is why I think if this does not hold 1800 and you find yourself under 1700, these recent lows, it will shoot that gap, because by definition we can say this is a BAM breakdown, bat action magnet move. This is the first week, real week, that it's been triggered. Might take some more time. Think of this as like another 30 bar mechanism, where the CD leg could be 30 bars. Maybe we should even look at a monthly chart, because this whole thing, 30 months time frame, is not a bad way to look at it. A big ABCD that takes 30 months and gets you to 886. That's if 1800 fails, and just stay tuned. I want to look at total crypto market cap. Indices are rolling, and we hit major numbers. Total crypto market cap, folks. Let me clean this up. I think we've seen it so many times that, and in recent major markets, major players, that it's not crazy to start thinking full reset, full 886. What is the maximum level that this decline could go as a full reset to the 886? Is about 400 billion, 460 billion. And then maybe get a 382 that bounces back up before maybe coming back down. That would be the way to be thinking structurally of how these moves can come together. Maybe something like this. Come back down to an 886. Taking another year or more, and then you go. Something like that. We've seen it in all of them. All of the crypto have failed. So why would this hold at 1.2, 1.3 trillion? I just there's no reason. We're looking at measurements. Here's the big crab pattern that the software has been kicking out. had defined 1.369 as the hop level, and that's just been taken out with ease. It is a clear, we're in the final stage of a type 2. There's the type 1 move, the reaction, type 2 return, hits the hop, but finally get HSI, that's what that green arrow, we do have confirmation there. The type 2 return has to stop here. There's, underneath, I think it's exceeded the hop a little too much. It's definitely a concern. I think if you violate today's low, I mean, almost got to under 1 trillion. I think you could crack that and kind of break the whole structure, the whole framework. You're at 2 of 2 right now, and there's no more room. Like there's not room for 1.08 trillion. So this is just a part of the realities that have kind of presented themselves rather quickly, and I don't need to do look at anything more than say go to Cardano. Cardano came all the way down. We talked about this big bat pattern and how this sideways action was bad. That a hop test at 72 and failure thereof or under 72 would trigger the total decline to 40.37 cents because it's just another 886 reset. And that's not to say that this is over. I'm just saying it's a minimum target for these kind of declines. This whole cycle is just like one big bell-shaped curve when you think about it. Coming back to 886 is 37 cents, I believe. You almost hit it. I think you were at 40. Could you get some kind of 236? Back to 90 cents. I don't know. I think you would have to take out the downtrend line like this, where you're not. I mean, you would have to crack that. You're probably 3 months away of even bullish reversal behavior to get anything significant. So this is just getting pounded into the ground, and I don't like the fact that the same people that were saying 100x at the top are still saying this is why you are in crypto, and this is why you trade crypto, but you don't hodl. And the hodl thing has been it's been difficult for me to subscribe to. I believe in the Bitcoin cause, and I believe it could be a digital payment network that people that could really work. That could really work. But other people do want to screw with it. I mean, it's not immune to competition or even deceitful business practices. That's all I'll say about that. In the meantime, these full resets, liquidations, eviscerations, evaporations are quite scary as traders to look at and to say, okay, I'm going to put new money in something like here's Atom versus the Tether. I mean, why would you even have money in Tether with all of that FUD going on? Seriously, how could you leave your digital money there, knowing what's been coming out or knowing what can happen in the wrong situation? So where anyone is in their crypto journey, I also want to say that the announcement that Coinbase came out with yesterday is completely true. If they go bankrupt and you have money or crypto there, you will not get it back until it is processed through bankruptcy, because they are the custodian. They're holding it for you, and what comes in is the government literally comes in and seizes it like an estate. I'm probably going to remove everything off of Coinbase and close that account for that one matter. And we don't even know. We've talked about why Coinbase has been a dumpster fire for a while as it, came marked the high in the IPO market here. Was the absolute peak back in April, and for now trading for 54. Listen, let's pull up a daily chart on Coinbase as well. There's nothing here that I would. I heard Kathy Wood bought more, 500,000, if that's correct. But this is not anywhere we would want to see. To be, it's not in the right position, just purely as we've been saying. Actually, a couple weeks ago, and if you haven't had a chance to look at the sessions from April, go look at the things I was saying the last 2 weeks of April, through even the mid-April, of what an ugly position the market had put itself into. And these stocks, these all the ones that there are IPOs in the last 5 or maybe even 10 years, have a serious reckoning that's going to come, much like crypto. This current situation with Coinbase on the daily level is deep oversold, amplified RSI. Until that comes out of the zone, your days, you're probably until next week, and that would have to stabilize immediately. So I would keep an eye on Coinbase, because if that gets under 50 or gets under 30, it'll go straight to $5. Just like Robinhood. Robinhood's the other one. It's unbelievable, but it's true. These, I don't know what happens to them, but these seem to be the kind of concept stocks that have gone bust in other late cycle boom markets. And I would not take my eye off of these if these start to sink. If Robinhood goes under $5, it's done. So absolutely difficult. There will be counter trend reactions along the way. I don't disagree. And even that's what we're looking here at Bitcoin, where that at a minimum could give you some kind of counter trend rally, 10% up to target 1, but it's at this crab pattern until that's retested with a type 2. Your days, you could even say that you're in the next 30-day cycle here. It's May 12th. Okay? It's a Thursday, feels like a Monday. Really. I think you can go to about June 21st of more volatile action until some kind of larger capitulation where you could get a whole bunch of moves up and down. We're very close to hitting larger targets, and I never want to just say it's going to zero when things get so ugly. But at a minimum, all of these numbers have been really strong target levels that, as long as the price action has continued to lag and show that this downtrend was going to persist, and that really was the breakdown at 37,000. A lot more time. And this is, I thought Bitcoin would be sideways at best this summer, and I thought there would be other opportunities, but we're not even close to summer, and this is falling apart fast. So whatever trades, all long trades for crypto traders, definitely can still be reactions, but that's it. I mean, and again, I know a lot of people love to trade crypto exclusively. Not to dissuade you, but you're at a point. Here's Doge. Okay, Doge came all the way back down. Big shout out to our friend VJ, who called this. We had a little Twitter exchange. I think he's here today. Remember that, where he called it. And he was just kind of describing the framework where we were back here. He's like, do you think it could go up to, the first test of, I think it was the first test of 9. up to 18 and then back to 9 or even 7, well, you're at 7. You're at the hop level. That's it. Doge under 7 is a real problem. And what is Doge? Like the rest? And again, we can do this with everything. 886 across the board. Where's your 886? 886 is 8 cents on Doge. You would have to stop there. This would have to be the absolute low at 7 cents, which it was. And do you get a 236 little bounce move maybe up to 23 or 24? I don't know. I really I don't have a pattern here. You have to go to the daily time frame. Just trying to form a couple of patterns, but what have we seen at a lot of these patterns? Type 1 reaction. That's about it. Look at the last few that completed. There you go. Oh, there's your type 1 reaction. That was it. And then a couple of 1-2 reactions. And this blue pattern is saying, yeah, I have another little 1618 crab pattern that might give you a quick blast reaction. But longer term, you need to do. If 886 is a terminal bar, think of it this way. If 886 is a terminal bar, and we have to do a reaction off the terminal bar, is that tradable? Sure. But longer term, and the thing I see a lot of people reaching for, they're looking for the generational crypto low here. They're really fighting for it. Maybe if that's for self-interest because they're seeing their entire space blow up or whatever. But people are throwing out the narrative that, hey, this is a generational opportunity. I don't know about that. I mean, let's just count the bars and say if this is 886 full cycle reset, then on a weekly basis, we go into a 30-week count of sideways consolidation at best. Tradable, maybe. Reaction, maybe. 8 to 12 is a 50% move in Doge. I don't know if it'll get to 12. Maybe it could get to 10 or 11 cents. But I think that the integrity of the whole damn space was blown up yesterday. And I would fear any of these coins that have futures tied to them are vulnerable. I think the street and those big firms basically showed what they can do. Will they ever do that again? No. They won't ever get away with what they did, and most people know what I'm talking about. But you're in a full reset mode. Here's Engine Coin at the all-time weekly 886. Again, that's around 58 cents where you're sitting right this second. I mean, you're right there at the all-time 886. If that was a trigger point for some kind of reactive opportunity, I would want to see confirmation. Where'd this go? I'm going to bring my indicator back in here. So again, the fact that Luna not only went to under $1 or went to 10 cents, it went to 0. It went to 0. Let's circle back there before I jump out of crypto. Okay, you're at 1 cent. My thought yesterday, I want to share this with everybody because you were at the 886 all time that was hitting. That's with Luna. I was like, all right, where's the 886 on Luna? Oh, well, that's at $14, $13. Okay, well, what the heck do you do there? If you break it down, when it got there, it annihilated that level. There was nothing there at the $14 level. But there you go. Here's 14. On a 5-minute chart, yeah, the crab pattern, we had it was around $9. And I'll show one other thing on Luna that I did yesterday, which was helpful. I was looking for some kind of counter trend bounce. And this is the thing I forgot to cover when I started with today's discussion. What was I doing here? Because I put out a tweet and said, look at Luna. Big 1618 was at 170, and I was buying around 150. And so this was my first move, and caught this. It was a huge counter trend, dead cat bounce, and got out. I was looking for 7. It hit 7 and then rolled immediately over. This was another 382 violation. Like as soon as this thing came up, and your 382 was about there, under 480. About $5 was I was clearing out. Sold the rest around 350. But again, it was like a double, triple within an hour. And then I took another shot yesterday. I was going off of a lot of 30-second charts and 5-second charts. Why? Because it was such a crazy time that there were a number of patterns that were generated where I was thinking these could pop 10, 20% little thrust moves over and over again, which they did, but not all fillable. Let me go to the 5-second chart and I'll show you the patterns. Let me go back to, yesterday. I don't know if I can get that much data. No, I can't get that much data. Let me go 15-second chart. Yeah, here we go. So that's why I was crazy about Luna yesterday. But there you go. There was the first move in that morning session, and then these were a couple right in here, a couple thrust like 10% moves. It doesn't look like much, but when you're jumping from $2 to 240, 250 a number of times, which I had some patterns in here, that's what I was thinking. But here's the tweet that I put out, and I'm kind of thankful I did get this note out to people that the last shot on Luna was to take it out. If it didn't move off that 150 level, scratch it out. And that was the pattern. So just kind of wrap up our crypto situation. There were patterns there. There was things I was looking, and I was only day trading this thing. So I want to be very clear. Now, what do you do with the other ones? If you dare to jump in on, like, here's something with LRC that I wanted to highlight, that it too, that's at a all-time 886 right now. Okay, we have a huge bat pattern. You go on the weekly actually, and do this with your top 20 coins, because I think anything can blow up, and that's the problem, especially with charts like this. But there you go. I mean, all-time 886 on LRC, which was just 350 90 days ago. Can it do a 236 move? Just from a ratio perspective, folks, that's where we are. That's probably the best thing you can hope for, these reactive moves off of that. So maybe if you're into the crypto space and you see some opportunities where these all-time weekly 886s hold, you might at best get that kind of a move. Maybe LRC could go from 42 to 50 or 60 cents. It doesn't look like much on the chart, but that's still 25, 30, 50% move that will bounce and probably roll right back down. So that is the thing. I mean, that's the thought behind any of these. There's still just going to be reactions, and I think you're going to be 30 weeks to resolve all of this, whether you go up or down. Let me jump into markets quickly, because things are, and just in the last 2 days, have gotten worse. You look at the futures. This is the big one. Okay, we're at the hop level right now as we speak. Harmonic optimal price, folks. That's what hop means. It's on This is at the 1902 level for the regular crab. They differ for each pattern, but automated with the way that we maximize it, you can see that that's the limit of the overspill of this October decline. So the pattern itself is an ideal structure. What does that mean? Well, this X point here from October up to the, what's that, December peak, all-time peak on NASDAQ right there, we're at the maximum overspill level for this 1618. That 1618 is 12,884. Our hop level is like 1,000 lower into this range. So you cannot go below today's low or the whole thing really does fall apart. I would not be surprised to see some kind of counter trend rally. And again, not to jump in there, but this could be a potential. This 11,850 level is something for right now. If you're a day trader, which I think that's all you should be at this moment. I've been saying that for a while too. Maybe a bounce here, maybe some kind of relief rally. But again, if this continues just to fall apart under this hop level, that's it. You're done. You go to the weekly retracements of what we have talking about all along, which is the start of this move, then gets retraced. You go back to the March lows, March 20 lows, and like all of it, crypto, tech stocks that have done this, and even worse, we should see this thing then roll down to the 886. If we're doing straight retracements, okay, our 50 level to 618 level, which is usually the first stop in these kind of basic assessments, and I'll get to that in a second, but our 50% level is 11.7. We hit that today. 618 is at 10.502. And we already know if you take out this, I think the numbers are closer to 12,000 or like 11.8, 11.7, that you don't want to take this out. You don't want to violate the 50% level. Otherwise, you're looking at a larger collapse of the 886 happening in the next few months versus the next, I don't know, year. Which is, I think the other consideration is that longer term, the second year of every decade, the second year of every first presidential cycle, there's a lot of longer term things statistically that say that corrections happen during this time. If that does, we could see a quick downdraft. I want to make everyone aware that this is pretty much what's at stake. You go back to the 886 at 77.85 of the 2-year move. And that would be a place to look for as a target, as a capitulation move, especially if it does happen as a capitulation move, especially if it does happen as a capitulation. Probably the worst thing would be for this thing to rally. At this point, I would rather see capitulation down to the 618 at 10.5. We're in that final acceleration phase. It's just not there yet. If we're going to pull up, our other tools, even if we're looking at amplified RSI, and this is helpful. Let's turn off the news. Let's turn off the stories. Tell me what the indicator's doing. Just tell me what those readings look like. Can we get an inflection off of here? We're deeply oversold. It still would need a few more days. I mean, even if today was the low, you would need 2-3 days to do the pivot reversal for whatever larger signal you would want to see. I mean, if you had a bullish argument, and people do have a bullish argument at these levels, which is, for what we do, yeah, we've got a pattern here. In NASDAQ on the daily, we've got some things happening, but it's really not acting well. It is slicing through the zone. Not to mention, if this is still a type 1, by the way, we would need to see this react exactly off the hop where we are now, go up to target 1 out of nowhere, and then come back down for the retest. Something like that for the summer into the fall would be your best scenario. But let's keep an eye on the readings until they get out of the zone, until the amplified RSI pops out. That's it. I really do hope that some kind of relief rally can take shape. You're 11.9 at the moment. The best thing for this to do would be to get a bullish close today. And where's that open? Bullish close today, turn around, and then break out this afternoon into tonight, and at least then maybe go back up to like 13,000. But you're not out of the woods. That's why the reaction, still treating everything like a reaction, is prudent. And you need a bullish candle period on the day. That's at 12,000. You need a close above 12,000 today, and you're not there yet. It could pivot out. I want to go to like 60-minute chart. What is down in that 11.8 area, 11.7 area? Anything? On the hourly, nothing really. Not like what we saw 2 weeks ago. A little nice continuation bat pattern. Even a week ago. Keep an eye on that 11.8, folks. If that can do it, yeah, this could be the measured hop level low for now. But longer term, you're really scraping it. One or two more. Let me do crude oil, which has been all over the place. Here's the 2-hour chart, which I think is a good one to look at. We've got this bat pattern off the top. Okay, we've had a few. Starting to kind of stair step, consolidate. We knew this would be a pause period. Probably not all the way down to 96, but from 125, but maybe 125 was too much. But this is what I want to look for into next week, folks, the retest. This should take you into tomorrow or Monday, where if that's a type 2 and the hop level is around 111.86, which it is, okay, I want to see if that fails or if we do a reversal. And then we remain range bound, which might be probably the better argument, even though crude oil, energy remains strong in general. Longer term, for the next few months, it could be stuck in this range as it digests what happened first quarter. It's like this. There you go. There's daily. I mean, not too bad. Hasn't rolled over. Kind of reminds me of gold before it did its retest. But I just think it's you're in consolidation after that huge move. Oh, let's do nat gas. Nat gas looks like it wants to keep going. Maybe one more thrust up. Take a look at the nasty divergence, though, that we looked at we had a retest. We had a crab up there at around $9, which it hit. But we developed this kind of a thing. Big peak, initial peak, higher peak, lower amplified RSI. Just be aware of that. And the whole nat gas market's got to hold this point, this 650 mark, which I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down. Go to the 4-hour. 4-hour nat gas. and come back down to like this 6 area, 660. I just think it's still gonna cycle, if you will, a lot more, be more volatile than crude oil. I want to look at oil because this was, here you go. Oil is right there. There you go. There's the crab pattern we talked about. Did the 1-2, the first test at 105. Came back down to 78. And then it hit the hop around 125 area, which was, we said that was probably it. It was going to be real volatile. I think it's finding support at 78. You're at 95 right now. Be patient with it if you didn't get back in. But look in this area, maybe 75, 78. We would want to see with a bearish pattern, best thing you want to see is a bullish pattern develop in between. So come back down and let's look at the 4-hour. Anything? No, nothing. We'll keep an eye on it. I think this has still got plenty of time. It did its move for now, and we'll have to just be patient. We'll have to be patient with this whole market. Let me do one or two more things. I got to get out of here. I want everyone to jump over to harmonictrader.com and become a basic member. And I want to tell you about the course next Saturday. It's going to be like a 2-hour, 3-hour session. Go to harmonictrader.com, hit the blog, get the details on that here. I'll be posting more tonight and over the weekend. You have to either purchase the software or upgrade as a silver or gold member. Everyone has to have the program. So if you haven't purchased yet, you'll get the information when you do. And if you need to upgrade, the easiest way to do it, folks, is to log in. And if you're a gold member, you're in. So if you still have gold member access, you're in. If you need to upgrade, okay, go to this page, go to the blog, and then get the information there. But for everyone that is new, register now as a basic member and just start there. There's still a week or 10 days until this starts. It's next Saturday. And again, go to basic members and get with the software. I'm telling everyone to purchase the TradingView program or subscribe to both with the pro package of getting MetaTrader or eSignal or all of them. You can try all of them for free. So at a minimum, though, get TradingView, because we'll probably do most of what we're going to do on that platform since everyone's got that. And we can do crypto. Beyond that, books, webinars, the Discord, just scroll down and access it all, please. So any other questions, you can reach out to me. Best place is on the Discord, or send me a send me an email at harmonictrader@gmail.com, or contact support for the software. This is the email, hpc@sr-analyst.com. Yep, Paco. Yep, you guys can. Anybody that is an owner that owns HPC, and if you have any questions, contact us. Look for more details tonight and this weekend, and then I'll be back Monday. So thanks again, everybody, and hang tough. I mean, it's not an easy time. These markets are mentally challenging, and I don't even know what to say. Just pulling up Binance Coin here about stuff like this. Maybe this is, we really hope we'd hit some kind of capitulation with the recent lows and Bitcoin hitting like close to. We're in the zone. We're back in that larger zone, but I need to see something immediately for Bitcoin to be a turnaround play. Beyond that, if Luna was the one blow up and there's not going to be anything else, well, I think you got to give it a little more time. Until then, everything is a reaction, so be active traders, not hodls. So see you Monday, folks. Thanks again. Go get them. Have a great weekend.